All right, you're now live on YouTube and it's being recorded.
Okay, I've got 10 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We'll start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the
to the
republic for which
republic for which
it
it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
for all.
Okay, first thing on the agenda is approving the minutes from our August 22nd meeting. Did everybody receive them? They came to us last night.
Yes.
Liz, you got
Yes.
them?
Yep.
Okay. I have one question about the minutes. In the minutes, it talks about Parks and Outdoor Rec capital projects exceeding $50,000. Said the motion was for Makoshika Campground and additions, Bannock Fire Protection, Bannock Heritage, and Ackley Lake. That's 4 of the 11 items that were listed that we were reviewing. That's $5,625,000. It's missing $5,335,000. I'm not sure that was the motion. I thought the motion was to approve all of the spending for the items that were on our list that were above 50,000. What does the board remember?
Mr. Chairman, that was my recollection as well.
Okay, a question then to Hope. Do we need to change that on our minutes to reflect that, or just have the motion that all expenditures over 50,000 we were approving?
Mr. Chair and members, that's my recollection, is that's what the motion was. It was for all of the items on the list. I'll turn to our commission coordinator, Eric Wickman. I can see that he's studying his materials there to refresh his memory. Just a minute, please. Mr. Chairman, our chief legal counsel is saying we can also bring these back to your next meeting in December so that we can clarify on our end what needs clarified.
Okay, that I would like that to happen. How about the rest of the board members?
I agree.
Do we need a motion to delay approval till next month?
I would say so.
I would move delaying approval of our last committee minutes until our next regularly scheduled board meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay. And then we'll just go down by district. District 1, Jody, yay or nay?
Yay.
I'll say yay. Liz, District 3.
Yay.
And District 5, John.
Yay.
Okay. So we'll get those straightened out and we'll look at them at our next meeting. So next thing on the agenda would be board member reports. Again, let's just go down in order. Jody, District 1, have you got a report for us?
Well, just a couple things, Mr. Chairman. One that caught my attention is there's an environmental assessment out for public comment for Yellow Bay State Park, which is on Flathead Lake. That area is a little popular day use and tent camping. When I was there earlier this summer. It's a pretty busy area, very congested. And so they're going to do some work on the entrance, the way I understand it, the road entrance coming in and the road system that goes throughout that area. And so it'll make it a little bit better to manage the traffic there. I believe they're going to relocate the tent camping area and looking at replacing a latrine and adding some more parking. So that'll be some great improvements there that if this continues forward. So comments are open. Comment period is open till I believe like November 25th, I believe. And also on Flathead, the big arm archery range should be complete. I'm pretty sure it was almost completed the last meeting, so it'd be kind of fun to go up there and take a look at that and see what that looks like. That was a pretty neat archery range there, so be fun to see. So that's all I had, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. District 2 would be myself. Did make it over to Lost Creek to see the fall colors. That's as impressive as seeing the big waterfall in the spring when the runoff is really going. Should be on your bucket list for the board members to get up there and check that out. I noticed on TV this weekend on Backroads, Montana, they had a real nice story about Chief Plenacoo and the state park. Just excellent information. The only place that I went that was different this time, I attended a citizens advisory meeting for Region 3, September 11th, and it was dealing with the fisheries in southwest Montana. And they had each one of the biologists from the rivers, the Beaverhead, the Big Hole, the Ruby, the Jefferson, all of them, and they gave a presentation about what the department is doing, collecting information. You may be aware that a group and outfitters have, I guess, just hired a standalone individual group to study the Big Hole and the Beaverhead rivers. And so this was a different view from that. This was the departments, and I want to say they are really doing a great job. Excellent information. They can document it, and it's not going to be a snapshot. This thing is just a lot of really, really good information. A lot of it was just a report, but slideshows. It was excellent. Marina is the person over there, and it was just a great meeting to attend. So that's the first citizens advisory meeting that I've attended, and I know that Jody's gone to a few, but I think we need to attend more of these. It was excellent. So that's all I've got for my report. Liz, you're next.
Thank you. In my region, let's see, there's been pretty good Hunter's Ed attendance. Classes are fairly full. We've got some new instructors that are either returning or new ones joining us, which is good. I know FWP hosted a Bear Aware event in Shelby with really good attendance. There was a youth pheasant hunt education event at Freeze Out Lake the attendance there was pretty light, but a kind of a cool event. And the Beartooth Wildlife Management Area, the road improvement project there is almost done, or probably is done by now. And I'm gonna say that's it for now.
Okay, thank you. John, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, we also had several upland bird hunting get-togethers, and that were successful. And then I listened in on the Trails Commission meeting. They just to see what they're about, and they've got quite a bit of stuff going on. And it's a lengthy meeting, but got to meet those people. And then still trying to get together with the district 5 and 7 to get to know those guys. We wanted to get both of those guys together in one meeting, so we're working on that. That's about it.
Okay. That takes care of the board member reports. The next on the agenda is director's report. Dustin, are you there?
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. My name is Robin Graham. I am the acting chief of staff for Fish, Wildlife and Parks, and I will be giving the director's report today as the director has a conflict and couldn't make it. He apologizes. So I'm here in his place. As you're all, I'm sure, aware, hunting season is in full swing, and so our staff are out there doing great work and supporting that effort right now. The department has several plans and rules out there, doing some public scoping on all kinds of efforts on that front. And we have been working on an internal effort here to put out an agency culture survey. We have engaged a consultant from MSU that's helping us put some survey questions together to get a good baseline for us to see where our agency culture is and to look for places where we can improve or to look for places where we can celebrate. We are also preparing for the season setting commission meeting that's coming up in December. That's a big lift for everybody here. We also had a couple of legislative meetings. We had our interim budget committee meeting and also our environmental quality meeting. And in those, we announced some system enhancements to our licensing system. More functionality you'll see on your mobile app. We also are looking to have a block management and campsite reservation functionality in place. And we are also putting some extra focus on shooting ranges. We have some federal dollars that we want to get on the ground for that purpose. And so that's been keeping us busy. Thanks.
Okay. Next is action items, and the meat of this meeting is the Smith River bonus point system, the administrative rulemaking initiation. Hope Stockwell, Division Administrator, Parks Outdoor Rec, will give a presentation for us.
Good morning, members. Thanks for the introduction, Mr. Chair. For the record, Hope Stockwell, Administrator of the Parks and Outdoor Recreation Division here at Fish, Wildlife and Parks. And in front of you today is the decision to adopt final rules for the Smith River bonus point system. You in August gave us the nod to go ahead and initiate rulemaking with the Montana Secretary of State. So after your August meeting, We submitted our proposal notice and it was published in the Montana Administrative Register on September 8th for the Smith River bonus point system. This system is required by House Bill 846, which was enacted by the 23 legislature. That bill required rules be adopted for residents and non-residents, so this proposal reflects that. The bill also limited the number of non-resident Smith River permits to not more than 10% of the available permits. And so the proposed framework for the Smith River bonus points reflects our acknowledgement of that and how we will abide by that. We had the public comment period between September 8th and October 10th. There was an online public hearing on September 29th. We did not receive any comments at that hearing, but we did receive written comments, and all of the raw written comments we received and the draft rule adoption notice were posted on the board's website. And we provided summary responses from the agency and the board to those comments received, as is required by the Montana Secretary of State in the proposed adoption notice that's in front of you for consideration today. We have not proposed any changes to the draft rule in response to comments received. And so we would recommend that you adopt as final the proposed bonus point rules so that we can comply with House Bill 846 and have this set in place in time for next year's 2024 Smith River permit application cycle, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Hope. When is that, when do they start applying for the Smith River permits?
Beginning of January.
Okay. All right. So any questions or discussion from our board members?
Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead, Jody.
Well, first, I want to thank the agency for getting us those comments. I thought it was kind of enlightening to be able to read the raw comments and kind of give me a little bit of insight. And I think that my thoughts on the bonus point system is pretty much in line with the comments that we saw. One thing that I maybe just a kind of a little bit bigger discussion or something to think about is sometimes I hear that, you know, FWP, that just all these different things that they do, policies, fees, and this kind of stuff is just all about raising money. And I think this is a good step as far as it kind of puts residents, you know, if we're going to cap non-resident permits at 10%, I think it takes into account, you know, the people that live in this state. This is our neighborhood, and we've got a lot of people that work on the Smith to take care of it all year round that are Montanans. And I think if we were looking at, if all we were concerned about is how much money we can raise off of the Smith, we wouldn't be limiting these out-of-state permits. So I applaud this. I just kind of taking everything and putting it in the hopper and summarizing. I'm in favor of this proposed rule change. So unless there's something that I'm overlooking here, and I know Russ and I have had a little bit of discussion here up to this point, and I appreciate all the concerns. But so if anybody has some more thoughts, just share it with us. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, John or Liz?
No, I agree with Jody.
Okay.
100% there. Same sentiment.
Liz?
I would agree as well.
Okay. I just had a couple questions, and they started yesterday. I was trying to run this down, and I'm not sure that it makes a big difference, but in responses that the department provided for us after the comment period, on response number 6, it says the intent of this rule is to mimic the hunting bonus point system as much as possible, as requested by the legislators who sponsored House Bill 846. Back on response number 3, in about 3 sentences, it says non-residents pay a higher fee for a bonus point than a resident, $50 versus $5. Other fees for the Smith River, launch fees and such, they're already set. This is just for the bonus point. If you look at the regulations that are in the booklet that the Fish and Game publishes, dealing with bonus points, it talks about non-residents. Their fee is $20 and a resident's fee is $2. So the non-resident pays 10 times as much for the bonus point in that, and the 5 to 50 is the same equation. It's just a higher number. Where a question that I was trying to find out yesterday, where did those numbers come from, the 5 and 50? Hope you were kind of digging into that. Can you help us there any?
Mr. Chairman and members, I did do some research internally. We are not aware of how those numbers were arrived at and whether they were arrived at by the amendment sponsor that proposed the amendment in which that was included, or whether it was arrived at in consultation with the original legislator. We don't have that answer here at the department. All we can say is that those fee amounts were set by the legislature, and we don't have any authority to adjust them in this rulemaking process or as an agency separately.
Okay. Any of the board members have any questions or comments about where we're headed with this?
I'm comfortable with it.
Okay. You know, to me, when I look at the response number 6, it says it's going to mimic as much as possible. Well, they've created a bonus point system. It's the same as the one for hunting. A little different fee structure, but the same percentages. So I'm good with it. You know, it's just different. It doesn't say it's going to be exact. It says it was going to be mimic as much as possible. So that's all the discussion I have about this. If there's no other discussion, I'd entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead, Jody.
I move the State Parks and Recreation Board adopt as final the proposed rules establishing a Smith River bonus point system.
I'll need a second. Calling for a second.
Oh, I'll second that.
Okay, John seconds that. Okay, and we'll just go through and I'll call on your roll call vote. Jody, yay or nay?
Yay.
Russ is a yay. Liz
Yay.
and John.
Yay.
Okay, so that passes. Passes 4 to 0. I guess we need to ask, is there any public comment on this?
Mr. Chairman, we have no online public commenters.
Okay. I guess I jumped the gun there a little bit with the vote, but no commenters, and we've looked at the written comment and we voted, so we've moved this forward with a vote of 4 to 0. So if any other items that we need to talk about that are not pertaining to this bonus point system. Seeing none, I think we're probably ready to adjourn this meeting. Would someone like to make that motion?
I'll move to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, John, and then we'll need a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, Liz seconds. All in favor, just say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Okay, so that'll conclude this meeting. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much, members.